Clerkenwell LGBTQIA+ History Project, Video 2. Sonia Burgess, 1947 to 2010. Sonia was a leading immigration lawyer with the practice Winstanley Burgess, which was formed in 1975. Cases that the practice were involved in included M versus Home Office, 1993. M was a teacher who applied for refugee status, and it went through to the House of Lords. So it went through the Court of Appeal and then the House of Lords, who held that the Home Secretary acted in contempt in his official capacity. There was also cases like Rees versus United Kingdom, 1986. A trans man wanted a birth certificate to be amended so that he could marry a woman. The case didn't succeed, but it was the start of the process, which eventually was successful. There was Vilvaraja and others versus the United Kingdom in 1991, where a group of Sri Lankan Tamil asylum seekers were appealing against being deported. There was an unsuccessful appeal, but after the process, because there were several attempted appeals, the government did change the law, so ultimately it was successful. Sonia's work was really intensive. She said that she often worked 13-hour days and weekends, and it became more and more difficult with high costs and low legal aid fees. And unfortunately, the practice was closed down in 2003. She was earning the same as a teacher, and yet the media shamelessly often described legal aid lawyers like her as millionaires. She worked also for Press for Change to campaign for trans rights. She was transgender herself and transitioned I think it was in the 90s from what I've read. So in October 2010, content warning now, unfortunately, she was in King's Cross tube station with a client, and the client pushed her in front of a Piccadilly line train, and she was killed. The person who did this was apparently transitioning, but had schizophrenia, and with diminished responsibility was found guilty of manslaughter and was sentenced to life imprisonment and died in 2013. A witness of this tragedy, Natalie McDermott, founded the charity All About Trans in 2013. And reading about this was really moving, because seeing a tragedy and creating something amazing and positive, following this trauma must have been quite something. So impressed with when people can do something like this. So I was quite moved to read about this whole story. The press, there were a lot of, there was something like 600 people who turned up at Sonia Burgess's memorial service. So she was really well respected, but unfortunately, the media, in reporting the case, dead named her a lot and did not treat her with respect, misgendered her a lot. Many of the articles from that time do not refer to Sonia as Sonia. They use her dead name and incorrect pronouns. And since then, there's been more of a campaign against that kind of unfair practice. And she did present when she was a lawyer, she presented herself as male. She didn't fully transition, it appears, from what I've read, but she was living as Sonia and deserved respect. So this is, um, I went to the spot with a friend today, not the Pizza Hut, but a place in City Road, which has an Islington Pride pink pin. But that pin isn't available. But what I would like to do is find out if there are ways of creating lasting memorials in somehow things that won't get stolen or removed, to properly remember people for the long term. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.